If you're new to Bitcoin and you are wondering whether you want to get into Bitcoin right now or whether you should sell Bitcoin or whether you should wait, this is the right video for you. Just before we start delving into the ups and downs of Bitcoin, whether you should or shouldn't get into it right now, I just want to tell you I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a professional trader. All I am is a person that controls his own portfolio for himself and his wife. And I do my own research on a daily basis about whether I do or don't buy something or sell something and so on. With that said, if you are interested in listening to what I've got to say about Bitcoin's price right now and Bitcoin's movement right now, then feel free to sit back, put your feet up, drink your coffee and listen in. With that said, let's jump straight into the charts and have a look what's been going on recently. So Bitcoin roulette. Why am I saying Bitcoin roulette? Well, if you look at this, we're on a chart right now where it has got just as much likelihood or probability of going up, going sideways, or going down. And do you want to put your life savings into this right now by looking at it? You know, you could think, is it going to go down right now or is it going to go up? And that would be gambling, right? It would be absolutely gambling. And what you've got to be able to do is you've got to be able to take a step back and have a look at the market and think, what direction is this market going and am I taking a big risk? Now, in all of my other videos, I tend to go in the opposite direction to this. But in this video, I'm going to start this way rather than starting from the other way. So you're going to have a little bit of patience here because I want to intrigue you into making your own decision about whether you should or shouldn't buy or sell into Bitcoin right now. And when you're looking at the market right now, you're thinking, I don't really know. It seems to be going sideways, but it's moving quite quickly, right? So let's zoom out just a little bit. And now we see, oh, look, it's going up. We've got this upward trend. We can see this. It's gone from lower prices to higher prices, and it's probably going to come up here right now. And you're thinking, I'm going to buy right now because it's going to boom up high. Well, let's zoom out even further. Oh, look, we see this big red dump to the left-hand side now, and you're thinking, okay, we've just seen the price come all the way down now, and we just keep scrolling. We see, oh, look, price comes all the way down. Oh, no, I'm not going to buy now. I'm going to sell right now. And you keep zooming left, and you're going, oh, well, wait a minute. Is it going sideways here? Oh, it looks like it's going sideways. And look, we've got some form of range up here. We've got a top and we've got a bottom, and we keep scrolling left, and we can see, look, in the bigger picture, that it's actually going down now, or it's going sideways, but it came from a downwards motion. So let's stay zoomed in, but we've got a better understanding now of where Bitcoin is going. So we come out even further, right? And we can see, look, our range, top and bottom, and we zoom out a little bit, and we can see, look, it's going sideways. So it's got just as much probability of going up as it has going down or even sideways. And we come back even further and we can say, oh, look, it did have its high, but it just came back down again. So do we have a chance here of it going up or down? Now, this is roulette. This is roulette. You're taking a gamble right now because there is really a 33% chance of it going sideways, up or down. And if you buy now, it might go up and then go down again in the short term. So you might lose your money. So you might think that you've won some money, or if you bought here, it went up, and when it's come down again. So you could have been out of money. So it's all about timing. Getting into the market is all about timing and just taking a step back. So let's take a step back even further now. And now we've got some lines on here, and these lines are supposed to indicate previous points where the market has turned. And there are lots of lines, but these lines are helping me to see where the market is bouncing all the time, right? You can see this line, it bounced on this green one and went back down again. And let's just not delve too deep into the technicalities of it, but now we can see on an hourly basis, so each candle is now an hour, we can see, wait a minute, it seems to be going sideways, this big range, look, from like 56,000 here up to say 67,000 roughly. We've got this sideways motion. So, but it seems to be, I'm using my hands here, it seems to be moving downwards here. But the level, the curve of it, the strength of it going down seems to be slowing, right? Because it's not making bigger lows all the time, and it made a higher low here. And and it kind of nearly made an equal high here. So you've got to start questioning to yourself, is it actually going down or is it going up? Well, there's still a 33% probability of all of them doing this. So let's zoom out even further. And we start looking at the 4-hour chart now, and you're thinking, okay, it could still be going down. I mean, there's still, when we zoom out even further, you think, oh, wait a minute, it looks like it could be going up here, on the long term. So you're thinking, long term, if I'm going to be investing my money over months or years, then it looks like it's a pretty good place to buy. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it looks like a pretty good place to buy if and if only, right? If and if only you are expecting to invest long term. Long term, I mean like 2, 3, 4, 5 years long term, not like 2, 3, 4.5 minutes. Okay. So if you're investing long term, it looks like it's come back a little bit, right? And now you could get in and it's going to go up. So I would say that now is not a bad time to invest if you're investing long term, right? And I'm saying years, not weeks, not months, years, right? And so you probably couldn't go wrong just buying some now and then waiting a month, buying it again, waiting a month, buying it again. You probably wouldn't go wrong there at all, right? So let's take another zoom out again. Let's have another look again, right? Are we still playing roulette here? All right, is this roulette now? Is this market looking like it's more chance of going up than it has down? Well, it looks like long term that it will go up, but it looks like there's a possibility it's going to go down maybe a tad further, right? But you're talking about some big changes when you look at the small timelines, but now with these changes are tiny. You know what I mean? This move compared to the whole move is tiny. And if you're willing to invest into it over a 12-month period, this move looks very much negligible. You know what I mean? It's tiny compared to the possible big moves that you're going to get. Now, when you invest in a long time frame, you understand that it's going to go down, but it's going to make bigger moves up, right? So let's go on a weekly basis now and start having a look. You start seeing things and thinking, well, okay, we can see these big moves down, but this is now, what was that, 21, and now we're down to here 22. So this is like a year later, and then it came back up again. So we would expect to see it come down here again and go back up because you've taken a step back. And this is the whole point. What I'm saying to you is that on a weekly basis, you're not playing roulette anymore. You're doing something called investing, right? But when we come back down to this minute level, right? When we come back down to this minute level, we'll see here that if I move this over to the left-hand side and my friend called Editing David places the previous beginning of the video on the right-hand side here now, what can we see? Do we see, even all the time that I've been speaking, have you won or lost money? How has the market changed? And you'll understand this, that the market will have changed a little bit, but you don't have any control over that, right? Getting in, getting out, you're going to have a heart attack doing that. You're going to have stress. So let's go back to the weekly market. And this is your mindset you need to have, is what direction is the market now going, and looking at this, you're going, well, it's going down actually. So if you are new to trading, stocks and so on, you need to understand the fundamentals first, okay? And you can get taught all of this rubbish, and I'm sorry I'm going to say rubbish, about drawing pirate candles and all sorts of wedges and this, that and the other. But ultimately, the retail brokers and the investment bankers and the hedge fund managers, they're not looking at that stuff. They're looking at areas where there's a probability that people are going to be selling and where they're going to put their stop losses and where the people are going to be buying too. And what's the long-term goal that they have for their money? They're not going to be selling their stocks on a minute basis, right? These guys are going, okay, we've got our money now, and over the year we want to have, say, a 6% return. And they appreciate the fact that it might go down a little bit. Now, when they need to get out of a position, they need all of the retail traders, right, to take all of their money. So when they have bought something low and it's high, and none of the other investment bankers, retail brokers, hedge fund managers, none of them are buying, all of those people, they need someone to sell to, right? So they have to hype the market up. They have to make it look like everyone is going to get rich, right? The only people that got rich are the people that bought at the bottom. Economics 101. Buy low, sell high, right? At no point in economics will you ever hear someone say to you, oh, there is another variation of it. It's called buy high, sell. No, it doesn't work out there, does it? Buy high, sell higher, right? That's well, if you buy high and sell higher, that's the same as buying low and selling high. But buying high and selling lower, that's called losing money, all right? And that's called gambling. It's just by buying high with the hope of it going higher. If you want to play with Bitcoin with hope, right, you're going to lose your money. What you need is some form of logic behind it, right? When someone is buying something, someone's got to be selling something. And when someone is selling something, someone has got to be buying something. And I've said it in many videos, is that when you are buying something, you need to see the face of the person after you've given them your money, right? And if they are going straight off and going, we've just made loads and loads of money and jumping up and down again, saying we saw that person coming from a mile off, right? You know you've just been ripped off. You literally know you've just been ripped off. Now, however, if when you buy that from that person and you feel really bad for buying it from them because they have literally lost all of their money, right? And they needed that money to go and buy food because they made a bad investment, you know you've got a great deal. That is investing, okay? Whether it's morally correct is something different, but you know that you timed the market perfectly and you are, one, helping that person out by buying that off of them to get them out of a hole. But two, you were clever and you were patient and said, I'm only going to buy when other people are going to capitulate. So what my job is here is to help you to not be the person that has to capitulate and sell. I want you to be the clever person that sits back and says, I listened to David, and other people might say, no, buy now, or you're going to be rich. But clever people, they're patient, all right? That's why they call it smart money. It's because you have to be smart. Irrational jumping in is not smart, right? That's the opposite of smart. So if you want to be clever, you've got to be logical, you've got to use reasoning and rationality. That's what you got to do. You got to ask yourself questions. Am I getting in at the right time? Does this feel like I'm making a mistake? How will my future self look at me and say whether I did or didn't think about what I was going to do, all right? And if it's your life savings, you need to be asking yourself, is this the right thing to do? Now, look here, on a monthly level, this says here, it went up lots, it went down lots, but then the buyers and the sellers roughly met in the middle. And at the moment, the buyers are kind of like, they're going, no, the price was worth more than it was here, 23 days ago. Now, but the question is, what are the people in April going to be saying? Are these people in March going to be saying the same thing, right? Are they still going to have the same attitude about Bitcoin's price? Or are they going to be selling it and going, I'm going to buy it all back here at a profit now when other people capitulate, right? So, just because someone says buy now doesn't necessarily mean to say they're telling the truth, right? They might be manipulating you into thinking that it's worthwhile buying, and in actual fact, in the future, they actually are buying it back. They're actually buying it back off you at a cheaper price. Now, retail traders, when they go on trading platforms, they have to have some form of education provided to them by the retail broker platform to show that these newbies to the market have got some information about how to trade, when to buy and when to sell. Let's now think about these pirate candles and these wedges. And that's exactly what the retail brokers, hedge fund managers, investment banks, I've been teaching you, because they want to buy the stuff off of you when you sell it, and they want to sell it to you when they buy it, and they want you to pay them a commission because they want to win from you all the time, because 90% of traders will lose 90% of their money within 90 days. So if you've lost all your money in 90 days, you're not very good for them anymore because you don't have any money left. So they need new traders. They need new people to come in consistently doing this, right? Now, if you keep winning, you keep investing correctly and buying at the correct time, you're a retail trader. When you buy stocks, you are buying it off of the retail broker, which means they've got to sell it to you, right? And if you are buying low, that means that the retail broker, right, is selling low. And if you then sell it high to the retail trader, to the retail broker, sorry, as a retail trader, that means they are buying high. You see what you've done? You've just reversed it now. And the retail broker is doing the opposite of what you are using logic, but the retail broker has got to take your trades. So the retail broker is the one losing money here and you are winning money. And this, if I've got one thing through to you right now, is just think about who you are buying the shares from, who you are buying Bitcoin from, right? Are you buying it from a retail broker, right? And if you are buying something, they are selling it to you. And if you are selling something, they are buying it from you. So you need to be the more clever person, be the smart money, and try and do the things that you want to do the opposite of what the retail broker wants you to do, right? If they want you to buy, you need to be selling. If they want you to be selling, you want to be buying. Okay. With that said, thank you very much for listening. I hope this video is enlightened you into how I think about buying stocks. I will not be buying Bitcoin right now. All right. I will be selling Bitcoin in the event that it comes up higher above new highs again. If it doesn't, I don't care because I bought it down here, right? So I'm still in profit. And all I care about is the long term. So this big white space up here, we have to go like long way down. So another like 20 years time. That's when I will be selling my Bitcoin. All right. I might sell a little bit to take profits and so on, but that money will be going back in again into Bitcoin. So I won't be taking it out and go and buy anything. It will go in and I'll put a limit order down here to buy in again. And if it ever goes, yeah, that's basically my plan. And I can't tell you precise details because it's on a daily, weekly basis where I might change my mind. All right. So this is why I do these videos, to document what my thoughts were in the past. With that said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all of the normal social media platform things. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Ciao, ciao. Goodbye.